You've been told your imaging looks fine. The MRI is clean, the scan shows nothing wrong. And yet the pain is undeniably real. And somewhere in that gap between your tests are normal and I am clearly hurting, you started to wonder if anyone believes you. Here's part of what's being missed. Inside every cell, you have a tiny power plant. When those power plants start to fail, they throw off a stream of damaging molecular sparks. And the first tissue to suffer is your nerves, the most energy-hungry cells in your body. A scan shows structure. It cannot see a nerve cell drowning at the molecular level. The damage is real. It's just smaller than the machine can see, and almost no standard pain workup ever looks there. I'm Dr. Gurpreet Padda. I run the Padda Institute in St. Louis, board certified in interventional pain medicine, anesthesiology, and addiction medicine, with 2 decades treating the cases other clinics gave up on. Now I want to take you down to the smallest level, inside the cell itself, because the driver is oxidative stress, fueled by failing mitochondria. Here's my promise. By the end, you'll understand the damage your scan can't show and why your nerves are uniquely vulnerable to it. You'll see how it sets off a self-reinforcing cycle that explains why chronic pain so often worsens with no new injury. 4 stops. 1, the power plants. 2, why nerves take the hit. 3, the loop. 4, what we do about it. Inside nearly every cell sits structures called mitochondria. They take the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe and turn them into usable energy. But that process isn't perfectly clean. It throws off exhaust, unstable molecules called reactive oxygen species, or ROS. In a healthy cell, antioxidant systems mop that exhaust up. But when mitochondria are damaged by chronic high blood sugar or poor diet, they become inefficient and throw off far more ROS than your defenses can clear. So why does this become pain? A single nerve cell can stretch from your spine to your toe. Keeping it alive takes enormous energy. Nerves are packed with mitochondria. And we can see it happening. In nerve injury models, the level of mitochondrial reactive oxygen species rises specifically inside pain processing neurons. A nerve under oxidative attack doesn't go quiet, it becomes hyperexcitable. It fires when it shouldn't and amplifies signals that should stay silent. In animal models, blocking these reactive species relieves the pain. Direct evidence that ROS aren't a bystander, they're a driver. That's not damage in the joint, that's a metabolic problem showing up as pain. And it feeds on itself. Oxidative stress drives inflammation, and inflammation generates more oxidative stress, a core targetable mechanism of persistent pain. Damaged nerves recruit more immune activity, which throws off more reactive molecules, which damages more tissue. This is why chronic pain often worsens with no new injury. You're treating the downstream symptoms of an upstream fire. The mechanism is strongly established. ROS are necessary for producing pain hypersensitivity, and removing them blunts the pain. Here's the honest caveat. Most of this causal evidence comes from animal models. I won't oversell it as proven human causation, but it is a well-mapped, biologically coherent pathway that conventional pain care simply ignores. An MRI shows structure. It does not show a nerve cell overwhelmed by oxidative stress. It cannot see mitochondria failing. You were handed normal scans and left to wonder whether it's all in your head. It isn't. That's a measurement gap, not a character flaw. So here's our approach. First, we reduce the sources of oxidative stress, stabilizing blood sugar and correcting metabolic dysfunction. Second, we support your antioxidant defenses and mitochondrial function so your cells can make clean energy again. Why this works? The evidence shows that when you tip the redox balance back, the pain machinery quiets. We're repairing the conditions. Healthy cells make energy, not pain. Go to painmd.tv and let's look in the right place. I'm Dr. Padda. Let's fix this at the source together.